Welcome to the Chiefs Way. Now mash that subscribe button or drop and give me 50!
Good evening, YouTube. Today I'm going to make a video on actually how much a medium-sized refrigerator uses in electrical energy for planning your emergency power station on what you can, successfully run. This is the refrigerator I have that I tested on. It's like a 14.3 cubic foot. It's a typical refrigerator. Medium-sized refrigerator. Top freezer. So, it's the basic, basic refrigerator you would have in your basement as a second refrigerator. That's what we have. So now I collected about a week's worth of data, just straight, not touching the system wall, just letting it run for a week to see what this refrigerator would actually use. So let's take a look at the Renogy DC Home app and see what we got. So right now it's running. It's it's about 5:30 in the afternoon, and it's been rainy and cloudy all day. So we haven't made a lot of power today, but the last week has been super sunny, so we've had no issue. Matter of fact, the battery would be fully charged between like 9:45 to 10 o'clock in the morning. The battery would be fully charged and the controller would go into the boost mode. Right now it's in the MPP mode, which is like bulk charging. So when the battery gets full, it would go to a boost charge, which is a high voltage, 14.5 volts DC with with a low current, just to keep the battery full. So now let's go back over here. We'll hit history, and then we'll go in to see what kind of power we used. First, we'll look at it in amp hours. Here we go. So let's hit that. Okay. Scroll up. This is the amp hours used. So if we look here, if we can get this. Oh, happened to moved on me. This is like a whole week or about 8 days worth. Starting here on the 17th. You see on the 17th, we made a total in a 24-hour period of 56 amp hours. Then on the 18th, 54, 55. The 20th was a really hot day. Plus it was Father's Day, so my older son was in town. So the refrigerator is where we keep all like the beer and the drinks and the leftovers and stuff. So the door was opened up more that day with my second son in town. Then 59 on the 21st, 56, 57, 55 on the 24th, and then today, like I said, it's been rainy and super cloudy all day, so all day we've only made 32 amp hours, where normally on all these days that were super sunny, okay, because if we look down here at the actual peak power on those days, see all these days, even by 9:45, 10 o'clock in the morning, we were making over 300 watts of power. That's why it charged up so quick. Where today's peak for a little while was only 121 watts. Okay, so we could see that our average amp hours to run that refrigerator for a 24-hour period was 57 amp hours. Okay, 57 amp hours. Now if we scroll up here a little bit, we could see in watt hours what it was. We see it ranged from on the 18th like 723 watt hours to a peak on the 20th when it was being opened and closed a lot more to 866 and so on. So the average for this 8-day period was 763 watt hours per day. 763 watt hours per day. So let's go in and take a look at the system. Okay, here's the system. Here's that refrigerator that we looked at online. And here is the system. Okay, system has 400 amp hours of batteries. So it's in watt hours, it'd be a 5,120 watt hour system. Okay, and at 5,120 watt hours, if we reserved the bottom 10% and just not used it, that would give a working amount of 4,608 watt hours. So basically, if I unplugged the panels, I could run this refrigerator for 6 days. Okay, so basically, what do you need to run a refrigerator? All right, this is the Jackery 880, has 880 watt hours. So basically, with no input, we'd only be able to run this refrigerator for about 1 day, and then the battery would be depleted. So even if you had a 1,500 watt hour, emergency backup portable power station, at 763 watt hours per day, you'd only get like 2 days out of it, maybe just a little less than 2 days with no input. So I think a minimum would have to be a 2,000 amp hour, or excuse me, not 2,000 amp hours, that'd be a big battery, a 2,000 watt hour type of system where you could get a little bit more than 2 days without an input. And you could, then have your hook up solar to run it. On super sunny days, you'll be able to run it with no fine day after day after day. It's when you get into those cloudy days like today, where all day we probably only made half of what we needed to run this refrigerator. So back to the computer, we can actually take a look at what they said this refrigerator would run. Okay, here's the energy chart from this refrigerator. It said that it would use 373 kilowatt hours per year. That's about 1 kilowatt per day with a little bit over 1 kilowatt per day with 365 days per year. We saw by adding up what the data we found is we averaged 763 watt hours per day. So a lot less than the 1,000 or the 1 kilowatt that they were. And in this number, because if we look at it on a normal day where the battery is full, we would see that the charge controller would still be making about 1 amp, which is about 14 watts. So the idle consumption of the inverter and the charge controller is 14 amps or 14 watts, which is about 1 amp, and that's 24 hours a day. So of this 57 amp hours that we used, basically 24 amp hours is that idle power consumption of the charger. So you got to include that in. If you just plug this into your wall, the refrigerator into the regular wall, you probably wouldn't have 57 amp hours of you would have less, because 24 of the 24 amp hours of that 57 is basically that idle power consumption. So I just wanted to make a video here to let all the viewers know, if you're planning on running a medium-sized refrigerator, kind of like this Whirlpool 14.3 cubic foot refrigerator, with probably tons and tons of people have, what it's going to take to do it. All right, thank you. Make sure you like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get new videos. Have a bunch of new videos, a bunch of new ideas I'm working on. All right, good night, YouTube.